Time now for the big hitters that make up the top five. And we start with something very special indeed. A World Cup semi-final, France against New Zealand 20 years ago, right here at Twickenham. The French lined up against Jonah Lomu and his mighty All Black mates. No one gave Les Bleus a sniff, but they had something rather special up their sleeves.
That French flair, that excitement, it's a burst of passion and excitement, clarity, creativity and spontaneity all mixed in. Just something happens that just creates a slight opening. And then suddenly someone just widens that gap. The next person widens it further. Suddenly you get this rush of momentum. The crowd then leap on the back of this. You get incredible noise and this flurry of activity and almost unstoppable momentum and energy. And it's so, so difficult to stop. I think it's one of the best games around because New Zealand were so lined up in that tournament to take it.
Lovely break from Dominici. He's got real pace. Lovely running from Dominici. Caught just a metre short. And the French will want this one quickly. They've got men over. Over goes La Maison. A glorious score. Great rugby from the French.
Every time New Zealand came back,
danger here. Cullen flips onto Lomu. Lomu steps outside. Cuts inside. He's still not down. He's over! And Lomu.
With that kind of dominance and that power and that structure to be able to say, look, enough's enough. Let's get back to where we're going.
This time, though, they go for the option back to Wilson. Back inside to Lomu. Pass one, pass two. Here he goes again. Bundling them off, and the big man is over for his second try.
The French, there was just this kind of out of nothing, they're off again.
And the French have it. They're like terriers in those rucks at the moment. Dominici, he's going to go in. Dominici scores for France. They take the lead. Oh, can you believe it? Dominici can't.
As he's chasing that ball, you can just almost imagine, a guy that just seems to know where it's going to bounce. I mean, he is sprinting onto it. He doesn't break stride, collects it, sprints it in. It's like he's attached to the field, to the ball, to the game, and to the rest of the players. They were unstoppable. It was quite incredible to watch. And yeah, when you actually watch the game back, you're just looking at a French team that just connection between each player and that constant ability to exploit a moment and turn it into immense opportunity.
Mania chases on. Wilson's got a hell of a lot to do. He hasn't done it. Bernard Sell. The try is given. Bernard Sell has surely won this game for France. Absolutely sensational scenes. And the final score, again, an unbelievable. France 43, New Zealand 31.
David Campese, quite frankly, was one of the stars of world rugby throughout the late 80s and 90s. He was a guy who could conjure up anything. He was a magic innovator. He had great acceleration, great ball skills, and David Campese, for me, was one of the world's best rugby players of all time.
My dad is a big rugby fan. He loved Blanco and Campese and all these real flair players. So I've always loved watching him, and a lot of his moments stick out in my head, but that pass sticks out a mile.
I remember that game so well. We didn't really rate the Aussies. Blow me down, they were a much better side than us and totally wiped us out in that first half.
David Campese all the way!
And that pass of Campese to Timmy Horan sort of typified the flow of the game, really.
Jones digs it out. Liner, little chip ahead. Horan's going to chase that, so's Campese. Campese gets it in his hands. Campese! David Campese dodging both ways and feeding Tim Horan. Horan to score.
Great kick by Liner through. The bounce was perfect for Campo, and then that flick over the shoulder to Timmy.
I think it's quite common now in rugby. You see a lot of players do it, but they're all copying him. The in-out, the footwork, you know, and he sits 3 people down and puts Tim Horan in for an easy try. He was a joy to watch. I never replicated any of his play into my own game, but I love watching him, mainly probably because I loved how much my dad enjoyed him.
That was just one very, very special moment, captured in time, captured in Rugby World Cup history, and one of the all-time great tries.
For me, that was a real significant part of the Rugby World Cup.
And now France with a chance to level the scores. 5 minutes to go. He's got it.
If you sum up French rugby, that's it. They're behind. If there's one team in the world who can score from anywhere, it's them.
Blanco. Narcisque on the first bounce. Blanco says to kick it downfield. Campese's back there. This is dangerous with the ball bouncing around. Oh, what a horrible mix-up. France could score. Who's there? Pascal Ondar. Now they set it to Rodriguez. Charvet. Tackled by Campese. Berbizier. Look at this. Narcisque, the fastest man on the field. Blanco's outside. Michael Liner couldn't pick it up. Rodriguez! Blanco for the corner! I think he's there! And that surely is the try that has put France into the World Cup final.
This is why France was so good, because once they got a ball free or got a ball freed up, they always managed to get support. It wasn't a big man banging it into contact. It was about keeping the ball free.
And there were some great moments. You know, I remember Charvet is going through, have a great pass. And it's France at the best forwards and backs. When it comes down to the wire, a few minutes to go, and you need to score, there's no coaching involved in that. That's just instinction of all the actual players.
You know, Michael Liner has a go at it, Campese has a go at it, and Australia were chasing shadows.
When Blanco got the ball, that still needed scoring, but just he was so quick, so athletic, and undoubtedly still the best ever French fullback there's been.